What's poppin', fellow nerds? Today we have gameplay. This is a full match between my BlackWarGreymon OTK deck and green RustTyrannomon. This is from my locals from about 2 weeks ago, I believe. I start off by hatching my one of Digitama and playing Marcus from my hand to put my opponent to 4. He hatches his Minomon, I believe, and then plays a Vegemon for 4 to go to 0. And he digivolves into Lilamon to put me to 3. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but if you have not already entered our giveaway for a box of BT4 Great Legend and the accompanying promo packs, make sure to enter that. The link is in the description, but let's get back to the video. And fortunately, Lilamon requires 2 materials or 2 Digivolution sources to activate her Digiburst effect, so right now she's just a vanilla. So I play my second Marcus to put him to 1. He Digivolves into a Palmon. Then he plays a Vegemon to put me to 3. And I just play a Structure Deck Greymon to put him back to 1. And he Digivolves into Tyrannomon, activates the effect. And gets to add the Taiga to his hand. Puts me to 3. Still have not drawn a rookie, but I'm going to be able to go into something on this turn. I Digivolve into Gogmamon to go to 0. And I Digivolve into WarGreymon to put him to 3. And now I finally have a threat on the field and a blocker. He plays Taiga for 3 to go to 0. And he's debating right now if he wants to attack, because he knows if he doesn't swing, I get an extra draw from the Greymon's inheritable, from him not attacking for the turn. But obviously he can't swing over my WarGreymon, so he Digizorbs the Vegemon to Digivolve into the Blossomon for free. Seems fair. Then he plays the Argomon for 2. I get to draw an extra card from Greymon and then draw a card for turn. Still no rookies. My WarGreymon is 12,000 DP during all turns due to Gogmamon's effect, which is pretty cool. So I swing over his Vegemon just to get rid of some of his board presence. Then I tap both Marcuses to go to 5. Pretty good. Just free memory. I play Greymon for 4 to go to 1. Then I play Metal Greymon, or Digivolve into Metal Greymon for 3 to put him to 2, and then my WarGreymon has Reboot. Now if he doesn't swing on his turn, I get to draw 2 extra cards from both Greymons. And then a 3rd card for turn. He Digivolves into the Kabuterimon blocker from the green structure deck for 1 to go to 1. And then he Digivolves into Tyrannomon, taps the Taiga to reduce the cost by 1 to go to 0. And then activates the Tyrannomon's effect to search, adds a Blossomon to his hand. For those of you that don't know, the Tyrannomon's effect is when Digivolving, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 green Tamer and 1 level 5 Digimon card to your hand and put the rest on the bottom of the deck. Then he Digivolves into Mega Kabuterimon, put me to 3, and then I get to draw 2 cards from the Greymons and then a 3rd card for turn. Have I drawn a rookie yet? The answer is perhaps. Yes, I drew a rookie. So I Digivolve into Toy Agumon. Draw a card. Then I swing into his security for 12,000 with my WarGreymon. Beat over the Grand Kawagumon. And I suspend both my Marcuses to gain 2 memory to go to 5. Digivolve into Greymon for 2 to go to 3. Then I Digivolve into BlackWarGreymon for 4 to put him to 1. He hatches and then Digivolves into a Palmon. Then he Digivolves into RustTyrannomon. And then I go to 3 due to my Tamers. I draw 2 cards from the Greymons. And then draw for turn. I Digivolve into Gogmamon to go to 0. I Digiburst 1 off the Gogmamon to bump WarGreymon up 2k, and now he's at 14,000 DP. Then I swing security for 12k, beat over the Terriermon. I tap both Marcuses to gain 2 memory. Then I final Zubagon Punch on my WarGreymon. He's 17,000, blocker, reboot, and security attack +1. And he does block that attack. And so I do swing with the Gogmamon as well, with jamming. So something's about to happen. I'm going to leave the audio in. I did make sure with Chris that he did want me to leave this audio in, but I do think you guys might enjoy it. Just to be clear, he wasn't just talking smack. Like, we joke around a lot at locals. So it wasn't like he wasn't being like serious when he said it, but I play a delicate plan to put him to 1, and then I have reboot on both.
So how would you like me to get rid of your board?
I mean, I really would prefer if you didn't.
Attack here for 13, 14. He can attack unsuspended Digimon. Taiga will give him piercing, and I'll gain a memory.
Okay.
So Mega Kabuterumon's effect will activate first. He'll trash the top card.
He does.
Why?
Because he's at 17.
Oh, exactly. That is too much. Alright, now let's attack here.
So Chris made a fatal mistake. He forgot that final Zubagon Punch and Gogmamon's effects both last until the end of your opponent's turns. So he does swing and he does get blocked. And as Rusty just dies for no reason. He does get to Nidhogg me though. I hatch my Kapurimon. Digivolve into Sonorizumon. I Digivolve into BlackWarGreymon to go to 0. I'm sorry, to go to 1. I swing for 12k with jamming. Tap both Marcuses to gain 2 memory and go to 3. Then I Digiburst 2 to unsuspend him. Swing again for 11,000, not with jamming this time. And here I remember to actually move the memory gauge. So I left the Toy Agumon underneath the BlackWarGreymon so it would reboot so he couldn't beat over it on his turn. And I play Toy Agumon to go to 0. And then I Digivolve into RustTyrannomon for 1 to choke him to 1, and then I reboot my BlackWarGreymon. And now, unless he can put at least 2 blockers, actually 3 blockers on the field, I can just kill him on my turn. And there's nothing he can do about it. So I do take game 1. Final Zubagon Punch is a good card. Chris does make me go first in this game. I hatch my one of Capurimon. I swear, man, I shuffle my eggs every game, I promise. Yet I hatch my one of Capurimon almost every single game as the first egg. I don't know what I need to do different, but anyways, I Digivolve into Son of Rizumon and then Digivolve into Greymon to put him to 2. He hatches a Menomon. He plays a Taiga for 3 to choke me to 1. I Digivolve into Metal Greymon for 3 to put him to 2. Metal Greymon on top of the Toy Agumon, on top of the Greymon is very threatening because he has reboot, so he gets to just check a security with jamming every turn if they don't have a blocker on the field. Digivolve into my Son of Rizumon. I swing security for 7k with jamming. I Digivolve into Greymon to go to 0. Then I play a Son of Rizumon for 3 and then reboot my Metal Greymon. He Digivolves into Mega Kabuterimon for 3 to go to 0. Then Digivolves into Rusty for 3. He taps Taiga to reduce the cost by 1. So I swing into a security, 7k with jamming. I go ahead and swing a security with the Son of Rizumon. And then swing with Greymon. And I do that for a reason. He opens slow, so I have no reason not to just rookie rush into his security, just kamikazing my guys. Because I don't want him to catch up to me when he inevitably draws a rookie and starts climbing, which he does on this turn. So I Digivolve into BlackWarGreymon for 2 reasons. One was so he couldn't swing into my security safely on his turn, because then I would just beat over his Rusty on my turn. But he does punish me for it, so he Digivolves into Chaosmon, attacks my BlackWarGreymon, activates... Ooh. He activates Mega Kabuterimon's Inheritable to trash the top card of my security, and then checks the next security, and then unfortunately it is a Chaosmon, so he does die. It does put me to 6 memory. So I should be able to just set up a game shot on my turn here, to where he wouldn't be able to stop me from killing him on his or on my next turn. I mean, and I just create the perfect stack in my breeding area. All I'm missing is a BlackWarGreymon, the good one, not the bad one, and there it is. So now I can swing 3 times on my turn. For security +1 for at least one of those swings, due to the Metal Greymon's Inheritable. And each swing is for 12,000 with jamming, depending on which cards I detach for the Digiburst effect. So I have Capurimon that gives me +1000 if I have Reboot, Toy Agumon that gives me Reboot, Greymon that gives me jamming if I have Reboot, and the Metal Greymon which gives me security attack +1 if I have Reboot. Plays an Agumon for 2 to go to 0, and then Digivolves into another Kabuterimon blocker to put me to 1. So I attempt to swing for security +1. He lets it go through. And now it doesn't matter what I detach, because I'm going to swing 2 more times to clear his board. So I detach, unsuspend, swing again, he has to block it. Detach, unsuspend, and then swing again, and he has to block it. So he did successfully survive the turn, but there's not really much he's going to be able to do to not die on my next turn. So he scoops. So I do take the match 2-0. GG's to Chris. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy seeing this kind of content and want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.